someone in my Discord wrote like, oh, it sucks I have to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow to go to my $11 an hour job and I can't stay listening to you guys. And then something clicked in my head. I was like, what if we managed to create some sort of UBI, for people to be able to participate to earn and learn to earn and like educate themselves on Web3 and NFTs without having to worry about a job tomorrow, so they could get paid to like be down there in our audience and listen to our spaces or consume content, and just get paid for that.
Welcome to the Alpha Podcast, made possible by West Coast Customs and Neverland Studios, hosted by me, Jussup. Before we begin, I want to remind everybody that what you're about to hear is not financial advice, nor do we endorse any of the guests or projects on the show. This is simply meant for educational purposes, and oftentimes I'm learning about these projects in real time as we're recording them. While this is brought to you by West Coast Customs and Neverland Studios, the opinions expressed are of my own or the guests, and not of the companies. So without further ado, let's tap into the episode. Do a mic check?
Check.
You hear yourself?
Rug check, yeah. We out here, ETH Denver.
In Denver.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, earlier I was wearing a Solana beanie and an ETH Denver shirt. Oh, that's why they gave me a terrible room.
Yeah, probably. It's not Soul Denver.
All right, so we're live. We're with Farokh and John. We heard a bit of John's backstory. How did you get into Cryptospace?
Actually, yesterday marks the 1 year anniversary of when I found out what an NFT was.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. February 18th, 2021. I was wandering the hallways on Clubhouse. It was like peak pandemic. In Montreal, it was like so bad, like curfew, 8 p.m. Like you get fined if you walk outside after 8. It was that bad. Everything's closed. No gyms, no bars, no restaurant. Like it was really bad. And I was just doing nothing else but chilling at home, right? Because that's what you were doing on Clubhouse in 2021. And so I already had my audience there because I've been doing, hosting rooms and stuff for since December 2020. I was already
in Clubhouse?
Yeah, on Clubhouse. I was already like 2 months in. I already had my audience there. And then I found out what an NFT was that night. Like I'll never forget. Like I'm on stage in a room called like collectibles, cards, and like NFTs. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So I go on this in a Clubhouse room. It was run by my friend Buster, right? And the next second, like Logan Paul shows up to the room. So by default, when like a celebrity would come into a room on Clubhouse, then like snowball effect. There's 2,000 people in the audience, which is pretty crazy. Next thing you know, there's like all these artists that pull up to the stage, like literally like 50 of them. I posted a screenshot on my Twitter yesterday. It was like, whoa, it was like 3 screenshots of like rows of people that come in, like Thank You X, ODS, Fuo Shiz, fucking like fuck render, victim of scare. I've told this story before, but it's just amazing. And it's like the legendary Clubhouse room. And then I'm there like mind blown. Like I was drunk, I was high, and I was just like, what's going on right now? Like it was late night. And then I'm like, so I start asking all the dumb questions. Like what's an NFT? What's the blockchain? How does it work? What do you mean? How's that value? Like all the questions you can imagine, like anybody listening, like that is in the space would ask. And for 4 hours, from 12 to 4 a.m., I was laying on the couch asking all the questions. And I swear it just hit like right away for me. Like I was just like, whoa, like we're up to something here. And that community feel like really just got me because I was already a community builder. I'd been doing social media for years. Started on social media at 12, Tumblr 15, Instagram at 17, built my business on there too and stuff like that. So I've been doing like community building and building brands online, but I never saw something like that. As a community developer, like I have the opportunity to like build something bigger than what I've built before, and it's gonna help like actually make a change. So then I dove in, like I bought my first NFT the next day, and I never looked back, straight up. That's how I got into the space.
That was a crazy story. Yeah,
it's fun.
I think Clubhouse did that for a lot of people, though, right?
I mean, live social audio is one of the reasons why there was, in my opinion, an NFT boom. Because those communities, from what I know, were living on Discord and on Twitter. But then when Clubhouse came together, like they had a voice. And what's important in NFTs and art is storytelling. And how do you tell your story? In writing is something, but when you hear the story, it's something else. So Clubhouse was arguably a massive catalyst to NFT space in general. I mean, Mike, like Beeple, he was Mike from Clubhouse before being Beeple. You know what I mean? Like, no, like back then, I heard, like, I was in the rooms, but I heard, he was always on Clubhouse talking about digital art, et cetera, et cetera. Like, Clubhouse was one of the, like, main things for the first couple months. Then we moved to Twitter Spaces, right? But it's pretty crazy.
During the time, especially like you're stuck in your house, like I think that was the closest that we had to like being with people. That's why those rooms went for so long.
That's all we had.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
It was like, that was how we connected. Just the timing between the pandemic, Clubhouse, like everything was perfect alignment for this to explode.
It's crazy. It just happened. So I met John.
Yeah.
So I met like all my friends, like
was
straight
Clubhouse?
up. Yeah, it was Clubhouse.
I think all of us.
That's literally how we met, straight up in like Clubhouse rooms.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
that's how it
hilarious.
was. You know, you switch room to room, NFT room this, NFT room that. We just go around and then you just become friends with people.
Yeah. So tell me about Rug Radio.
That's broad. Yo, tell me about
All right, so
tell me about NFTs, bro. I was kidding. I'm messing with you, bro. I mean, Rug Radio. I mean, live social audio, right? Like, come fast forward July, moved everything from Clubhouse to Twitter Space because that's where the community was, right? There's no backstory, whatever. It's like that's where people are. So I'm like, I gotta move to Twitter Spaces, right? Fast forward, you know, I'm hosting every day, still doing my thing, hosting all year long, like different spaces, but this, that, blah, blah. And I built my own brand on Twitter, right? Like my personal brand. So I started growing, getting an audience myself. And, you know, one night, you know, we're jamming and we're hosting every day with John. Like, it's just the same crew. Like, these, you know, the whole crew, like, we're on Spaces all the time. And like September 19th on a Sunday, I'm like, I'm gonna run one of those marathon spaces because I have nothing else to do, and I love doing that on Sundays. Like sometimes we'll run a 14 hours one, right? The other day, so like we just go on. I'm like, you know, might as well go jam. And like the space, like Twitter starts like rugging us. Like, you know, the Twitter space is like tech is just still pretty awful, but it was bad. Like back in July, like it would crash every like 20 to 30 minutes as a host. So like your phone screen would turn purple or your phone overheats and shit, and like. Bad, like really bad, like I promise you. And so you know what, like, and I kept coming back. I'm like, all right, let's go, rugged and back. I came back like 7 times in a row in like 2 to 3 hour span. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna call it Rug Radio.
Because you keep getting rugged.
Getting rugged. And I'm Persian rugs, all that, you know what I mean? So we get on, and you know, we all get on, so it's me, John, and the boys, right? Boys and girls, everybody's in there. And I'm like, you know what? And then we're jamming. But the thing is, what's amazing is like the conversation we were having was incredible. We're talking about Web3, NFTs, crypto, changing the world, tokenomic structures. Like we were talking about how art is like NFTs are changing art. We're like, it was deep. It was one of those days. It was magical. You know, there was Clubhouse rooms like that, right?
Yeah.
It's magical. And so I'm on Discord. I'm like, you know what? Like, let's start a Discord or something like that. I was like, let me start a Discord. I started a Discord. We broke the Discord bot. It was one of those days. Crazy. And yeah, bro. And then how it happened was, you know, someone in my Discord wrote like, oh, it sucks. I have to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow to go to my $11 an hour job, and I can't stay listening to you guys. And then something clicked in my head. I was like, what if we managed to create some sort of UBI, you know, for people to be able to participate to earn and learn to earn and like educate themselves on Web3 and NFTs without having to worry about a job tomorrow, so they could get paid to like be down there in our audience and listen to our spaces or consume content, you know, and just get paid for that. I think crypto and NFTs can do that. And then we're on stage and we're like, yo, like, let's start a decentralized Web3 media company. Because media is my background anyways. And John, I'm like, John, he was my co-host on that space. I'm like, yo, John, like, you wanna get in? He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. I know. And he goes, I know a girl that goes, the woman that does tokenomics. She's the best tokenomics. He brings up Mel on stage. Mel comes up. She starts talking about tokenomics. I'm like, hey, do you want to be the queen of tokenomics at Rug Radio? She's like, yeah, I accept the position.
All on a space?
On space, bro. We're on space for 10 hours, bro. And so on space, I'm like, yo, who wants to be creative director? This guy Jeremiah comes up. He's like, I'm creative director. He ended up doing the art. All the rugs you saw is him. And then like, and then a bunch of people like, who wants to do this? Who wants to host a show on that? Who wants to, and like, I'm here, we're just like building a company on spaces in the open. And we're telling people exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna tokenize it. We're gonna start a DAO. It's gonna be Rug Radio. It's gonna da 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 da. Next thing you know, like, John puts me on a text chat with Mel, and it gets serious. Like, all right, maybe we should do that. You know, like, let's actually do this thing. You know, I think we can, if anyone can do it, it's us. And it's like, who else in a better position than us to do that? Because we're already at the pulse of the community. Like, we're out there all day. There's not a single day that we're not on Twitter, like, doing our thing with NFTs, artists, buying, selling, just being part of the community and just building the space with everyone, right? And so we get on, and then, like, fast forward, like, 3 months later, here we are, Rug Radio, first fully decentralized Web3 media brand that comes out in the space. We launched 40,000 NFTs, 20,000 membership passes for free, tied to 20,000 NFTs that you get for 0.111 ETH each, you know, and here we are, man. We're 1 month in after the launch. So we launched the brand, we launched the company. Now we're 1 month exactly later, like 5 weeks today. And here we go, man. We have 14,000 holders. We have a DAO that's launching a whole education program, Learn to Earn. We partnered with Manifold Studios and Ledger and Syndicate DAO on that. We did like, 13,000 ETH total in like secondary, total volume between primary sales, sales, and secondary of the membership passes. Our DAO is $5 million inside of it. and we're rocking. You know, we're building. So it's pretty wild. Like 4 months later, 70% of all secondary sales go to DAO. So here we're the 19th today, right?
Yeah.
So September 19th. So here you go, February. So it's 5 months in. 5 months ago, we had the idea of like making this thing happen,
and now it's coming.
It's there.
It's there.
It's launched.
Yeah, that's insane. So most of the stuff is like consumed through spaces, or
right now it is, but we're completely changing that because you can't just rely on like one platform, right? We're platform agnostic at Rug Radio because obviously we don't have our own platform yet, right? So for now, what we're doing, in my opinion, it's important for people in the space. You see all these rug pulls, right? And the false information, other platforms like Instagram, blah, blah, blah. What do? We're complaining about that, or we build content on every platform. We go out there in the Web2 platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all those platforms, Twitter. We get the audience, we educate them, and then one day we'll move them somewhere else, right? But yeah, the content's going to be everywhere. So our spaces now are going to tap them into like Spotify, Apple Music, or like other platforms, YouTube, and all that good stuff. So our Learn to Earn program is like YouTube, Twitter Spaces, etc. So we're gonna move to a bunch of other platforms. You know? It's just like slowly but surely building.
I think like by doing that, there's less friction for people to jump to this platform and this platform. Like go to where they are. Like you have a bigger chance of getting them involved. So I like that.
Straight up.
I talked to John about this too. So you're an NFT collector, right? What's the last NFT you minted?
That I minted?
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Neverland. And no, we're not talking about the California ranch. You're probably wondering, aren't you a founder? Yes, I am, and I'm not here to bullshit you. Along with my two cousins, Mark and Kurt, our partners Rob and Evan, and the world-famous West Coast Customs, yes, the guys behind Pimp My Ride, we're building a car customization, collecting, and racing game on the blockchain called the Empire App. Empire App will sit in the Neverland world, along with the MetaWhips and the Meta Racer minigame, the Crypto Dadlands mower racing game, and the ever-expanding metaverse that's going to continue to grow. You can find out more by visiting www.neverland.io. That's www.neverland.io. Let's get back into the episode.
What was I supposed to minted?
I said the Metascape. That was the last thing.
Oh, the Metascape? Yeah, that was sick. I have one. Last NFT I minted, I think this is my punk MFers. Yo, like that I minted, like a degen type thing. Yeah, my punk motherfuckers. Well, I mean, like, I love the MFers, right? From Sartoshi. I love that project. It's actually booming right now. It's like over 3 floors. It's also the sea. Actually, no, one MFer equals one MFer. My bad, guys. But so it's CCO, so they always do these like derivatives, and so I saw like the ape MFers. I'm like, these are like 0.15, 0.2 ETH. And someone sends me links like these punk MFers, and Sartoshi blessed them. I'm like, I bet. So I have like 20 or 30 sitting in my wallet. Something like that. But that's the next thing I minted. Not that I necessarily. It was just a pure like whatever. It's like 20 of them for 0.13 ETH total.
Really?
So I was like, okay, I'll bet. It's like rolling the dice, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Worth it.
You never know.
Yeah, I think I minted one that I sold and I paid for the whole. Like, so just sometimes it's fun, right?
Yeah.
And they're cool. Like yours looks just like you.
Yeah. I use mine.
It looks like you.
Yeah, my punk motherfucker. He looks.
It's like because he has a punk and he's an MFer, and like it's a punk MFer.
Find it while you guys.
Yeah, that shit's so funny. You should find it.
Do you collect NFTs across multi-chains?
Come on.
Show the camera. Where's the camera?
Come on.
Yeah, yo. You even got the watch. So it's funny. John actually owns. No, but you have that watch exactly.
That watch too.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
But
and you minted that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's like, come on.
For like 0.0069 ETH. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's fun. You gotta love this space. But what I want to say, so you asked me a question.
Cross chain.
Cross chain. I mean, I dabbled on Solana. You know, I have a couple Solana NFTs. I have the Dragons, Boryoku Dragons. I'm a huge fan of that team. It's a crazy project. I love them. I have 2 of those. Got them about 2-3 months ago. I got my Solana Monkey business, SMB. I love that project as well. Had to get one, of course. Really cool. I'm into those Catalina whales, like on Solana. Yeah, that was my first Solana mint, right?
Was it?
I was like, my friend's like,
they're doing well right now.
Well, because I knew one of the founders, he's a good friend, and I know he's a successful guy IRL. I'm like, I bet, like whatever. It's like 1 SOL per mint, and then when you come from the ETH space, right, and you Ether, and then you see Solana, you're like, wait, you tell me 1 ETH is like fucking like 30, 40 SOL?
Yeah.
So you mint 15, and then it does a 10x. So I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And so I started buying. So I have some photography NFTs actually, like Street Dreams Cafe.
Off of Solana?
Of a Solana, like
Oh, wow, cool.
Metaplex people showed me, and Goku, he's part of a core team at Rug Radio for Discord and stuff. He's like a big Solana head. Spoke to Raj a few times, cool guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I heard Tezos is cool. But what's cool with Tezos is the cool art, like for just pure art. I didn't ever I don't have anything from Tezos personally, but I've seen it around. I've a Tezzard actually. But that's it for me for now.
Do you look at projects as investments or art or mixture? Like what?
Depends on the project.
Yeah.
It's just, I ape in mostly if I vibe with the art.
Yeah.
I also bet on people.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're in for the flip. Sometimes you're in because you want it forever, That's
Yeah.
it.
Like you're probably not getting rid of that, right?
Well, yeah, but the thing is he has 19 more. So, like, you get in. So you get in, like, I mean, no, but straight up, like, that's what it is,
Yeah.
Like,
and at that price, it would be silly.
it'd be silly not to mint 20, 40 of those.
Yeah.
And then, you might hit it, you might not hit it, but at least you'll have one that you love,
Yeah. What do you think of gaming?
Gaming, like P2E?
Yeah, well, NFT gaming. That's
It's definitely the next wave. I mean, it is
GameFi.
GameFi. I mean, it's coming, right? First art phase and game phase, like the play to earn, learn to earn, participate to earn, like all these things to earn. I'm bullish on.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the cool cats game. Obviously, everybody knows I love the cats, but I know like it's a little delay and stuff, but we'll see how it works, right? And so really bullish on blockchain gaming. I mean, there's no reason like for anything we shouldn't be consuming or participating into platforms and not getting reward out of it, in my opinion, no matter what it is. Like
Yeah.
that's why I have a hard time like when the gamers are like anti NFTs. I'm like, yo, like that's odd. Like you're paying for skins and shit, and like
and you can't resell them. And you
right,
get,
but like there's no market to sell them, and like I don't know. Like I find it really awkward. Like I just don't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
How someone can think like that. And I'm not a big gamer, but like that's just a natural continuation of life. Like art, there was a digital renaissance and it changed. Like gaming is gonna change. Consuming content on social media, like us, like with our media, like you're gonna be paid, like to
Yeah.
just consume. Like that's just how it should be. Like in 20 years, we're gonna look back and be like, if a game doesn't make us earn, we're probably gonna be like, oh no, like
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
be the
it's
norm.
gonna be-
In 10 years, like, it's gonna be like, all right.
well, I mean, it was similar to like when Freemium came out, Freemium
Yeah.
apps and Freemium games. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, that's never gonna work. This is stupid. Why would you give away a game? Look at what like that is the model.
Straight up.
When Elvis started shaking his hips, it's all going downhill.
It is.
Rock and roll.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, do you have any car NFTs?
I do. I have one.
Yeah.
Dave Krugman, photography project. The cars. Remember that project?
I do.
Where he did the photography?
Those are dope too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have one. But it's not like a car-focused NFT project.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Dave Krugman's photography
Well,
of cars.
we know he has one now.
They sent me one yesterday.
Yo.
So we'll
I
have
want
to
my
hook you-
WCC. Yo, give me my West Coast Customs.
Yeah.
Give me my Pit My Right NFTs.
We have these. They're called the MetaWhips, and they.
I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. So
We spoke on Spaces, I think. I don't know if it was with you. Or with
Yeah,
one-
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
I
you?
talked to you one
Yeah.
time. Or it was early.
MetaWhips, right?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, we'll send you one. We'll
I'm
get you-
down.
Yeah, yeah.
I love cars. Like love. I'm a huge nut for cars. Like I
Are
have
you?
a Hot Wheel collection at my mom's house. Still, has like 1,000 cars. I grew up like obsessed with Ferraris as a child. Like my mom used to say I used to always run to cars. The reason I got into Tumblr was to share my passion for cars. I started
Oh.
a blog called Mr. Good Life, which became one of the biggest luxury blogs on Tumblr. Then one of the biggest luxury pages in the world on Instagram. And started with my passion for cars.
So you're a huge car rat.
Yeah, my whole. I used to go when I lived in Bologna in Italy. I used to go to like cars and coffee around all of Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a like huge nut for cars.
Next time you're in LA, just let me know and we'll get you a tour.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yo, welcome. Pimp my NFTs, bro. Pimp my NFTs.
I can bring my car down and get it pimped out.
Yeah, yo, let's go.
I'm not committing the shop to
I
that.
want that NFT pimped out. Like,
But I definitely want to go. Like,
It's-
we're coming.
Yeah.
we're going. We'll be there.
Let me know and we'll make it happen.
April, let's go.
So when you go there, it literally feels like a museum. It's not like a mechanic.
I see
shop.
photos and stuff, yeah.
I mean, the first time I was there, I was blown away. It was
It's so cool.
yeah. The cars that they built in the actual episodes on Netflix. Some of them are there. The Post Malone one is there.
Fire.
There's a real life Mario Kart there.
No way.
Yeah.
Can we drive any of that stuff?
We'll see. I can't commit. I can't.
commit. I heard commit.
He did, eh? I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
How
2
often
days.
are you guys doing shows on Rug Radio?
There's like 15. You took care of the shows.
20 shows right now.
20 shows.
Yeah, we have about 20 shows.
40 by next week.
40 by we're aiming for 50 pilot shows. I mean, I host like, well, the last 2 weeks I've been hosting, I'm here, but I usually host like 1 to 3 times a day. We've hosted we host like over 50 shows a week.
Damn.
Yeah.
How-
Us and other people. Like,
Yeah, so you have a group of people that
we have a
host
core
their
host, like
own
they're
show.
crushing it, like the BIPOC, LGBTQI plus rooms. There's like the women empowerment rooms with Lori. There's OSF and Mando, which do like market shows about the market and stuff, the empty market, all that good stuff, and what's going up, down, whatever. And they like analyze it. There's some Solana Saturdays. There's like Nyla, 13-year-old kids on the blockchain. We got 2 music shows for Mondays, like Jeff and Lindsay from Warp Sound, and then we have Thursday with Daramola with like Sound Advice. He brought like Justin Bieber's like producer last week. Like there's some really dope guests and people, and like we have some crazy shows lined up, like partnerships with some people. We launched our education program, class on DAOs, tokens, smart contracts on the shows. Like we out here, like we
You guys
the thing is, I
full
wanna,
force.
Yeah, we're full force, but now I want to move those shows to platforms you can consume them forever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like it's like that's the move. Like people are saying, like when you do, like it's like slowly first set the base and you move it out. And we have a bunch of shows. He has photo Fridays every Friday.
was telling me,
He was
yeah.
hosting like Yamashita, like fucking legend yesterday. You know, like it's like there's some dope guests, not just me. Like straight up, like that's the whole reason of Rug Radio. It's like how do you outgrow what I built?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm Farokh, like it's one brand, it's one person, but like you plateau at some point, right? So
Yeah.
how do you outgrow? You build a whole thing around it where it's like I can step aside a bit and it's like, oh, these awesome hosts and people like bringing so much value out there. That way we can empower them with what we're building. You know, that's the goal.
You're building the pot.
Yeah, because like I'm out here meeting people. Like we're talking to Ledger, we're talking to these brands and companies, Web3 native companies. We had like this like collab article with Yuga, and like we did the Paris Hilton thing and this and that. So it's like we can bring the stuff to what we were building. That's what you know. You go out there, you bring it home.
It's literally for the community. Yeah. It's for the people.
Listening and host it, like all around.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then we're launching partner passes. It's gonna be lit. Like, and also we're hiring only from our community. Like we're hiring like crazy. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it sounds like you guys literally built it from the community in a space.
We're community people. It's like it doesn't get more native than it's like a couple fucking kids on Twitter Spaces, you know, launching a media conglomerate, you know, and like it's native and we know what we're doing. And we have great partners, and we have Mel building this and the tokenomics structure, and then you have Syndicate DAOs, like one of the, like they're responsible for 10% of all the DAOs in the marketplace right now. They're very smart people, Will Papper and Ian, his partner, and this whole team of 32 devs. Like there's a big team, like it's actually a big enterprise, and like we're really like trying to do things properly and slowly so that we can build the foundations of Web3. So it's really important. It's all gonna be open source, and people can tap into it and just like literally like when you think about it, building a house, like first thing you put is a rug on the floor, and then you build on top of it. We're that rug, but the good type of rug.
The good type
The
of
Persian,
rug.
the Persian rugs.
My brother's gonna love this because he sells rugs in Jackson, Wyoming.
Let's go, yo! Time I want to collab. Did the rugs come in yet?
Where can people find this?
Personally, meets Farokh on Twitter and all platforms. FAROKH, like every platform. John Knopf, you got him yesterday, but John GOHN KNOPF photos. Boom. We gotta get you John Knopf. Get rid of that photo username. But besides that, for Rug Radio, I mean Rug Radio, like RUGRADIO, Rug Radio on Twitter, rug.fm for the website, rug.fm. Website V2 comes out mid-March, same time as the DAO is gonna be lit. Like there's gonna be like host sections, education sections, like schedules, everything. So super excited. But those are the main ones. And then Rug Radio in general, when you Google it, like everywhere, we're gonna be on all platforms. So
amazing.
It's that's where you find it. But mostly if you find it through us.
Do you have plans for an app?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
But just like slowly, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to say
That's the alpha.
But like the thing is, like I even like, but like the thing is, we've always talked about like I want to build a real decentralized media platform.
Yeah.
Right? We gotta use Web 2 platforms first and bring them to Web 3. It's not like, oh hey, everybody come use our app. Like forget the other ones. No, there's 1 billion users on Instagram. Let me go get them.
Yeah, 100%.
My mission is to go and get these people and bring it onto something and change their lives. Like it's different, but we got to use the platforms in place first,
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are anti this, anti that, but you got to like use what's at hand first,
Yeah.
You build,
Go
you
where
get
the
the
people
mainstream,
are.
go where the people are, and then you have 1 million users go, yo, guess what? Here's the app. Guess what? You guys all own a piece of that.
Yeah, I dig it. I'm going to tune in a lot more too.
Anytime, dude.
I appreciate you guys coming on and doing this.
Yeah, most importantly, get people on Twitter Spaces. That's the most important thing. That's where we're going to be talking about it consistently, educating about DAOs. And if you own a piece of rug radio, you own a piece, slowly of the DAO, which means you need to be educated on how you use your power. And that is why we are educating over the month. So it's like so important. Like a lot of people will want to DM and they'll want to get the information. Just sit in these rooms. That is where you're going to get the most information possible. And they're all recorded. So even if you're not there for the live space, you can get it after. And the best part is you're getting paid to be there because the tokens are producing, or the rugs are producing tokens. Buy the NFTs, get in the NFTs, get a pass. You're producing your own tokens and you're getting paid to be there.
Just knowing the audience, let's explain the term rug. Just because if there is somebody, they're like the entire time, what are they talking about?
Well, the rug, originally in crypto, a rug comes from a rug pool. So when someone pulled a rug under you and then you lose all your money.
Yeah.
So originally the term is
Imagine
negative.
that visually.
Yeah, you pull the rug. Oh! And so it's a big crypto thing, DeFi, We use it as a slang. Oh, it's like I got rug from this, like breakfast rug does and shit like that. But rug radio is like Twitter's rugging us, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny because it's like rug, and I told you earlier the whole Persian thing. It's just like it's super perfect. It's a rug radio, Because we rug, like when we launched like our first POAP that night on September 19th, everybody go like, this is legendary.
I think I saw that on.
Yeah, well, we broke POAP.
Yeah.
Twice.
I think I saw that.
We broke their entire system twice. We broke Discord. We broke pre-mint. We break every website.
That we made.
Which one?
You're rugging them.
Yeah, our game. Yeah, we broke the game too. Yeah, we've broken everything. It's just.
It sounds like you're doing the rugging.
But that's the thing. That's rug radio. We do the rugging. You know what I mean? But we do it positively. But definitely the education program. But that's all gonna be on YouTube. All of it. So it's gonna be lit. Like you can go learn about. You don't even have to be a member to learn. Like, it's free. But if you want to earn, you can be a member and like participate with us. But the whole education, like I want to democratize education, so it's for everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for your guys' time.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peace.
Awesome.